Hey everyone, and welcome back to the HellfireComms Livestream. I'm Spar, and I'm here with Neo, and today we're going to be doing Hollow Knight. This is the start of the true ending playthrough, but this is Neo's thing, so I'm going to let you take it away and talk about what we need to know about this game going forward.
Alright, yeah, so obviously we were originally going to do just a regular run of this game. I was originally going to do just a regular run of this game during the All-Stars
HFC
Marathon.
All-Stars.
Yeah, HFC All-Stars Marathon. But due to audio issues with Windows 11, we couldn't quite do that, but we're making up for it with this stream playthrough. That's going to be a full-on run of what, well, the community calls the true ending. It'd be called the Dream No More ending. We're going to play in normal mode, obviously.
Okay, and I assume as we go through, you'll be explaining what the true ending path entails and what we need in order to access that.
Yep.
So I wasn't around for the beginning of the stream that happened during the marathon, so this is all going to be new to me. The part that we did cover during the stream, unfortunately, was unusable because, as Neo said, some Windows 11 issues with one of the plugins we use in OBS. You guys don't really need to know the details, but just know that it was bad, and hopefully it should not be a problem this time.
Yep. And here we have our opening cutscene, which doesn't give us... You kind of have to interpret a lot from the start of this game. You don't get like a clear understanding of what's really going on until later.
All right. Well, sometimes that's kind of the best way to go in a game.
Yeah.
That's kind of how Sea of Stars began, is you didn't get a lot of explanation about stuff until later on, and I think it worked pretty well, even if I thought the intro was kind of slow. Like, once I figured out why it was like that, it made a lot more sense.
And here's our player character with those blank, wide eyes.
So what is our character's name, if they have one?
They're just the knight.
Okay.
That's it.
I am the Knight. Hashtag Batman.
It's knight with a K.
Hmm.
And yeah, now we just start. This is obviously where you get accustomed to the controls. And I walked right into an enemy because I forgot he was there. But it's okay. That just means I'll get to show off healing.
This is the 1-1 Goomba taking out Mario kind of thing.
Yeah.
And obviously we're picking up some kind of currency there that will be used to buy health items, upgrades of some kind, I assume?
Yeah, all kinds of items. It's called Geo. And here's our first lore tablet. Higher beings, these words are for you alone. Your great strength marks you amongst us. Focus your soul, and you shall achieve feats of which others can only dream. And yeah, we can focus our soul in order to heal. We gain soul by hitting enemies.
Oh, did Snake actually die to the 1-1 Goomba in the Mario run during the marathon? That's kind of funny. Even if he did actually do it intentionally, it's still funny that it happened. So we can attack in all 4 directions and attack in the air as well, which means we have at least those options. I don't know what other options there are for combat.
Well, it's
most
a
of what I've seen of
metroidvania.
this game is more about the movement, I guess, in terms of complexity.
Yeah. It's a Metroidvania where, yeah, most of your upgrades are going to be movement-oriented. You can make your attacks stronger later on, but that's mostly it. Although there are augments you get called charms that will allow you to change how you are during combat. In fact, I can go get a charm right now.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I saw this little path down here.
Yep. A lot of people
now, I have heard
that
this game is pretty difficult for some people.
It is. It can be quite difficult. Now, this is a path that you'd think you need a dash for, but thankfully, we can pogo
Huh.
by just swinging our nail down.
Ah, okay. So you could just do the DuckTales thing.
Yep. And here we have a lore tablet that's hidden, so it's just lore. It's not telling us how to do anything.
All right.
People puzzle over this one quite a bit for the lore.
Oh. Now, I don't think we're going to be reading out all of the stuff that's on screen for anything that doesn't have voice acting. It's just kind of going to be there. I don't think either of us is really up for the reading kind of thing. That's more of Tom's thing that he does for playthroughs. But it's already on the screen. I assume everyone here knows how to read. So
Yep. We just got our first charm, Fury of the Fallen. What that does is if we equip it, when we're at 1 health left, our attacks become stronger.
okay. So it's like danger strats.
Yeah.
And how often are we going to be going for that in this playthrough?
Not at all.
Okay, good.
I just collected it to collect it.
Fair enough. I also don't like danger strats in most games. I can sort of do them in Thousand Year Door, like I did during the randomizer for my birthday stream earlier this year, but that's kind of just because I am okay with super guards enough to actually be able to survive.
The last and only civilization. The Eternal Kingdom. Hallownest.
Now, we didn't entirely plan this to be the case, but I think this is kind of a perfect game to be starting right before Halloween.
Oh yeah, this is a very atmospheric game. There's a lot of stuff going on. We can hell one of the optional bosses is even an homage to Dracula from Castlevania.
Ah, okay. I mean, makes sense.
Our first NPC, Elderbug. He's a very careful fellow. He prefers to stay above ground, minding his own business. He has a lot to say to us just because he's usually alone, and so anyone who he can talk their ears off, he will take the opportunity.
Well, he's a lot like me. I also like to mind my own business and stay above ground.
And here's a bench. These are our checkpoints and where we can equip our charms. But like I said, we're not equipping Fear of the Fallen. Zelda and Cornifer. They'll be opening a map shop soon. Well, the only place to go is down.
So how often would you say you get lost in a game like this? Because I'll be honest, these really fancy artistic games where the foreground and the background almost look similar, I kind of have trouble figuring out which is which sometimes.
Oh, on the first playthrough, a lot. I've got a lot of hours in this game, so I generally know where I am at any given time, and I know where I'm going for them as well. It's just that sometimes I'll have options of where to go, and I'll flip-flop between them.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty good, especially for a Metroidvania. You want to have options of where to go at any given time.
Yeah. Something that isn't so much the case in a lot of Metroid games. Oddly enough, they are more linear of the two namesakes.
They're designed to be more linear. You can definitely make them non-linear.
Yeah. So meet my favorite NPC.
Nah, me no bis.
It's Squirrel.
I immediately distrust him.
He was called here by some strange force. Just something beckoned him here, and he loves exploring. And he's a very curious fellow. We'll learn about him as we go through the game.
That thing in the background looks like the thing we saw in the opening cutscene.
It is the thing we saw in the opening cutscene.
Okay, that makes me worried.
Yep. And much like Dark Souls, which I believe was an inspiration here. You want to talk to NPCs multiple times to get all their dialogue.
Ah, okay. I can say with complete honesty that I don't think I've ever seen anyone speak to an NPC while watching someone play a Dark Souls game. Because so much time is spent in the running around and killing and dying parts.
Yeah.
So. The most I've seen is just, welcome traveler or whatever when you reach a rest point or whatever.
Yeah, but it's the best way to get an idea of what's going on in any Dark Souls game.
Right, yeah. Not games for me. I don't like difficulty, pretty much in general. I used to be okay with stuff like Critical Mode and Kingdom Hearts, but even that I don't really like very much anymore. So I'll take my easy mode or at least standard mode pretty much on anything.
This guy's big. Luckily, I can juke him.
Oh, and he has shockwaves.
Yep.
And a big wind-up on the slam attack, at least.
Yep.
Feels like something that you maybe aren't supposed to do yet. They expect you to come back later.
Yeah, he's supposed to be intimidating, but once you learn how to deal with him, he's not so bad.
Oh, okay.
And
So it's not entirely a sequence break, it's just kind of, you can do this early if you're good enough.
Yeah, I just saved a grub, which is one of the several collectibles in the game.
Okay.
For saving them, we can go to a certain NPC that's also in this area, and he'll give us money and rewards at certain thresholds.
Ah, alright. Cool. Now, I've noticed there's a lot of... we had the Elder Bug, we had the Grubs, and our knight here has horns of some kind, so it feels like there's very much a bug theme with the characters in the game.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know how accurate that is.
Yes, we're all bugs.
Okay.
Most everything here is bugs.
And everything seems to be taking place at least somewhat underground as well.
Yeah, sort of like an anthill.
And I've noticed that everything is very atmospheric so far. I haven't heard much in the way of music.
Yeah, the music in this game is very nice. Right now it's very low key, but obviously it ratchets up in intensity when the situation calls for it.
Yeah, I do also have my screen share volume a bit low. I can actually hear a bit more of the ambient music or sound that's going on now.
Yeah.
Those little things, like the one you just killed, remind me of the Pokemon Joltik.
Yeah. Now you want to see what's more like a sequence break.
Ah, okay, yep.
Oh.
I see what you're going for there.
Alright, chase me over here. This is one of those ones where they expect you to have a dash ability that you get later,
Yeah.
but I always like to do this thing where I get 5 grubs in the Forgotten Crossroads because it just lets me get a piece of mask, which is basically a piece of heart.
Yeah, okay.
And playing it right, I can get 3 of them, which is 3/4 of a health upgrade before I even leave the starting area.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's not cooperating, this Vengefly.
Yeah, assuming that the enemy cooperates with you.
Yeah. Go ahead, come on.
I wouldn't spend too much longer on this, because,
Yeah. If I fail it this time, I'll just let it be. Need to get him to actually chase me. There we go. Alright, that's where I want him to be. There we go.
There we are. Nicely done.
There we go.
That was mostly just the enemy was not moving into position for you.
Yeah. Ouch.
Is there any fall damage in this?
No, there is not. We can fall as far as we like, which was illustrated, I believe, in the opening where we fell from a great distance and were not harmed.
Well, right, but that was a cutscene.
Yeah. Next NPC. He's a cartographer by trade, and we can buy a map. Yes, please.
Alright, and what do the maps do for you aside from being maps?
Well, they're maps. That's about it. We have to buy a quill to fill in the rest of the map beyond what he's drawn so far. And we also need to get a specific charm if we want to be able to see ourselves on the map.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But I can get by without the charm, without that charm. But I will be getting the quill.
Right, because having played this game enough times, you have a pretty good idea of where you are, even without that charm.
Yeah. And he forgot to tell us his name, so we have to talk to him again to get his name. Is Cornifer.
Okay.
He's obsessed with charting places out. We can run into him in pretty much every area in the game.
As is usually the case with the map NPCs in these kind of games.
Yeah, and here's what he's charted out so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which doesn't mean much to me, because I don't know where we are in all of that.
Yep. It'll make more sense once we get the quill. Money.
Oh, there's a lot of money spots here.
Yep. And a secret little passage as well.
Does any of the money despawn if you don't pick it up fast enough?
I believe so, but it actually does take a while. Now we're locked in here until we defeat the enemy.
Okay.
Ouch. And 2 more come in. And we're allowed to leave.
Nice.
Go in here. We have hot springs. These are dotted rarely across the map. By bathing in them, you get soul and health refilled.
Ah, okay.
And there's also a bench.
So what's our base objective for the start here? Like, what are we trying to get to, if anything?
Well, we're just right now. The objective is just to see what there is to see. We've found the place that was in the opening cutscene, and now we just kind of have to wander about, see where we can go.
Okay. Kind of just seeing what everything's about then, like you said.
Yeah.
I do have to admit, if I just kind of showed up in a place like this, I would be curious. I don't know that I would be running around exploring because, you know, I'm a bit of a coward, but, you know, I'd at least be curious as to what's going on.
Yep. An ancient dead kingdom. How could you not be curious? That sign means that there's a stagway around here.
Hmm.
The stagways.
What is the stagway?
That's our fast travel. Usually
okay.
we have to pay to unlock them.
Oh, well, that's a little annoying, but whatever.
Yep. Gives us a bell that we ring. And then the stag shows up. And right now we just have Forgotten Crossroads and Dirtmouth, which we're going to go to just so we can unlock the Stag Station and Dirtmouth as well. Because it would be locked if we don't go there from there. Gotta open that lever, which opens the door.
Ah, okay.
Yep. And what did you see it? The map shop is open.
Bapanada.
The quill right there.
And what does the quill do again?
When we sit down at a bench, we draw in. We will draw in where we've been on the map. So you see, it looks like this right now. You update our map. Now it looks like this. It's a lot, easier to tell what is what.
Oh, okay. Just more detail on the rooms.
Yeah, and also in the rooms that Cornifer hasn't visited, if you've been there, you map that out. So yeah, now we've got this.
And I assume some of those symbols are like enemies to fight or bosses.
They're generally landmarks. The symbol in the middle there, that is a boss. I believe the implication is that Cornifer saw the boss that we're gonna go fight and decided not to fuck around with it.
Fair enough.
And
Also, I've just noticed that the dead bodies of the enemies stick around, which is kind of morbid.
yep.
Aside from that one big guy, all the enemies kind of seem, I don't know, down. Like they're kind of beaten down by life or whatever. There's guys that are just hunched over.
Yeah.
Little bugs that are just crawling around and doing their own thing.
They're called the Husks. Those enemies
okay.
that we fought. They were once citizens of Hallownest, but have since basically died and been reanimated or lost their minds. Here's an entrance to a new area that we can't actually access quite yet, but there is an NPC here. It's Mila, the singing miner.
Okay.
She stutters, she likes to sing, she wants us to sing with us. She's overall just very pleasant to be around.
Mm-hmm. So, how much work did they put into the made-up language that the NPCs speak?
It's mostly just random nonsense.
Okay, yeah. Reminds me of whenever you speak to certain aliens in like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, you get sort of random voice clips of the alien languages that don't necessarily match with what they're actually saying. So you'll just get a voice clip that's like 2 seconds long for them saying like a whole paragraph.
Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna wanna... Actually, that's right, I forgot that place is locked initially, so... Gotta go down a different way.
Oh yeah, now that I'm paying attention, the husks being left is It's quite bothersome, actually. Very disconcerting.
Yep. And occasionally we just see corpses. There's an area in the game that will play with this. But that'll be in a different session. As that's a ways off.
Yeah.
I gotta stop just jumping into people. Hello, Cornifer.
Oh, and there's like stuff moving in the background.
Yep. Oh. Ah, fuck it. Now that's acid. If we go in there, we get hurt and we spawn out somewhere else.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I probably would have guessed it was damaged water.
Yep. Another grub. This time I got it. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. I think I vaguely remember this area that we went through before.
Yep. And now we're going to, I believe, actually, we're approaching our first our first boss.
Okay.
Who's not the boss of this area, I'd say, but it's a boss. Just snoozing. Wake it up. Rod's mother.
Oh, you don't have a lot of room to move around in here.
Yep. But it's taken care of.
Alright. Not too bad.
Or we can leave though. That has to happen.
I didn't like that.
Yep. Freaky bug things.
I wonder how many people died to those two normal enemies immediately after the boss.
Oh, Kyle.
And
Oh,
a very important NPC for us. Just wandered down here, being overtaken by a strange dream. This Sly. He's the shopkeep up in Dirtmouth, and he'll be the source of many a good ware.
Ah, okay.
And we can't jump high enough to get up there, but there's a very interesting character in that little hut.
Mm-hmm.
And over here is the tram. We don't have a tram pass, so we can't go into it. But this is another means of travel throughout the map that we can access once we find our tram pass.
Okay. Rather than a quick travel, that would just be a normal, like, connection between two areas, then.
Yes. Fourth
This
grub.
is where the game is like, hope you know how to do this.
Yep. It's realize you can pogo or come back here later when you can bypass the spikes. This guy has a shield and a nail. They'll kill you your first time fighting them, but compared to other enemies later on, not so bad. And fifth grub. Go free.
And we've got to find the NPC to be able to turn those in for something.
Yep. Let's go see him right now. Open up that area. This area is far too dark, but there's an item we can get to light it up. It's probably the most expensive item in the game, I think. But you
okay.
will need it at some point.
Okay.
And here's where we meet the Grub Father. If we had come here before rescuing any of the grubs, he'd just be there crying. Showers us in money and a gift. That's a mask shard.
Okay.
We can technically leave this area with a full extra mask by buying the 2 extra mask shards that Sly will have, and then doing some difficult pogo platforming to get to another boss that's sort of supposed to be mid-game. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to settle for the 3 shards.
Yeah, that sounds unnecessary.
Yeah, we talk to Elderbug occasionally. He'll comment on things that have happened as best as he can. Sometimes things that happen just happen beneath the ground, and he feels some tremors and he talks about it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Ask Shard. And how expensive is the other one? 500. Expected he undercharged last time. There's a simple key. There's a few of these in the game. There are as many of these as there are locked doors that they can unlock.
Okay.
This is a charm. We can, this just brings Geo to us. This, gives us more iframes. And this lights up the dark. And the rancid egg is just something you can give to a different character for a specific thing. That's not really necessary.
Yeah, okay. There's definitely a bit more music in the town now.
Yeah. Alright, I guess it's about time we fight the big scary guy.
Mm-hmm. Would you say any of those charms that the guy has are worth buying at this point in the game?
They're helpful for some people. The Stalwart Shell is helpful for some people. Especially if you're new to the game, Stalwart Shell can be quite helpful.
Yeah. I'd think that the one that draws in the Geo could be helpful if you're kind of tired of running after the pieces like this.
Yeah, it's nice, especially when you're in an area where killing enemies, Geo rocks will drop the Geo into like spike pits.
Mm-hmm.
Because then those become sort of irrecoverable. Hey, you again. Now, something to be careful about with that guy is that he will do 2 masks of damage when he hits you.
Oh, yeah, I mean, makes sense.
And here's an obstacle we actually can't get past right now. No pogoing through that.
Yeah, because if you bounce off the bottom spikes, you just run right into the top ones.
Yep. Ouch.
I'm starting to pay attention to the very visceral hit noises now, and that's bothering me as much as the corpses.
Where the magic will happen. Big scary guy.
Okay.
Yep. He actually killed me a lot my first playthrough.
I imagine so. He makes funny noises, though.
He does. Then he throws a tantrum, drops these things down. Now, after the first time he does that, if you're finding this fight too hard, you can leave by breaking the door.
Oh, okay.
However, Mama didn't raise no bitch.
Hmm. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Then it goes back over here, and you get ready for another round of fighting, but he just fucks up.
Yeah, that feels very first boss tier
Yep.
kind of thing.
And we get the city crest. That is a necessary item, so we would have to fight him eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And if we stick around long enough, his mace will do something interesting. It's a bug.
Of course it is.
Yep. We'll let him walk.
Of course, all of the Geo looks like bug exoskeletons as well. So, very much a theme going on through the whole game.
Going on.
Mana tu?
The snail shaman. He's gonna give us a gift.
Is it more health?
It is not.
Oh, it's death.
It's our first spell.
Oh, alright.
By consuming soul, we can shoot a little fireball.
Alright.
It's very useful. In fact, it's necessary.
Can it only fire forward, or can you fire that in 4 directions?
Only fires forward.
Oh, okay.
Ano ni Mea?
And now we're conspicuously behind a gate. And because we're friends, we're going to do him a small favor.
I don't know that I feel like I'm friends with this guy. We kind of fell unconscious, and then he moved us to another place in a locked area. I don't count that as friendly.
Well, he says, it's a curious thing, but the door will not open until you have slain the creature lying in the heart of the temple. Don't worry about it. And that's the Vengeful Spirit. It's a very useful attack.
Mm-hmm.
In fact,
is why it uses up a resource.
Yeah, in fact, if I can give advice to, if I could give like one piece of advice to anyone who is going to play this for the first time, don't be afraid to use your spells. You might just be tempted to just hold on to your soul for healing, but the spells are extremely useful. They make a lot of shit easier.
It's a balancing act, and you kind of have to do what you're comfortable with. But at the end of the day, you gotta man up, I guess is a way to put it.
Yeah. Oh, whoops.
Oh, I didn't even notice that platform down there.
This over here is a soul battery, or a soul totem. You hit it and it gives you soul.
Oh, okay. Good.
They're helpfully placed around in certain areas, in case you have been wasteful with your soul and absolutely need it.
Or you can heal yourself up and then go back to refill.
Yep. And I didn't explain this during the intro, but this over here, that blue thing, that's a lifeblood cocoon. When we break it open, we can kill these lifeblood seeds, and it gives us extra temporary health.
Ah, okay. I noticed something like that, but I didn't quite know what was going on with it.
Yep. And now here's the reason we need to use Vengeful Spirit, because we get close, he bodies up. He also shoots his kids at us so that we can get more souls from which to shoot him. Shoot a child. Shoot a child. Shoot a child. Thank you.
We here at HellfireComms do not condone shooting children. Just to clarify.
Soul Catcher. That's a very useful charm. Increases the amount of soul we get for hitting enemies.
Ah, okay.
Whatever you're seeking, it'll find you.
That's ominous.
Now we can move on to the next area, but first I am going to go back up to Slice to get that third mask shard. And there are certain triggers in place, there are certain flags. Defeating the boss is a flag that will trigger Cornifer to move on from this area, and in which case he'll leave this note behind. If you ever miss Cornifer in an area, you have to go to a Zelda shop in Dirtmouth to buy the map at a bit of a marked up price.
Okay. So at least it's not fully missable, you just pay more if you happen to miss it the first time.
Yeah. So you'll never miss out on the full map.
How hard would it be to play through this game without ever buying a map?
Once you know the layout well enough, it's not that bad. But I personally always like the map. One, because I like Cornifer. I've only done mapless when doing the speed run for the speedrun achievements.
Right, yeah. Hey Nathan, thank you for 62 months of subscription.
Oh wow.
Nathan is at work right now and on a break. Well, I hope your workday is going well.
And give me that third mask shard, please. Very nice. And while I'm here, I know that's the station.
Bapanada.
Going to get the bench pin. This will mark benches on the map.
Ah, okay.
And then a stagway pin would also be very nice, but we can't afford it right now. quite verdant.
Mm-hmm.
The Pilgrim's Way. Travelers of Hallownest descend through the verdant wilds and fungal groves to the city at this kingdom's heart. There all wishes shall be granted, all truths revealed. And that's our instruction for the game. For the first part of the first leg of our journey. Follow the Pilgrim's Way. Get to the city of
Okay.
Hallownest. And our way here would be blocked without Vengeful Spirit. So that's why we needed to get it.
Okay.
Can't make that jump. Oh! Leads us into our next area. Greenpath.
Alright. That sound effect is how I feel most days.
And here's a bench. Unfortunately, we do not have a map for Greenpath yet. Whose could that be? Well, she's out of reach for now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a really pretty area, Flame's right. As nice as the first area was, it was fairly monochromatic, whereas this place has a lot more color to it.
Yeah, well, it's mostly green, hence the name.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't under it, so I couldn't kill him with the squash. How sad.
Mm.
And helpful for finding Cornifer, he'll always have this trail of papers leading up to him.
Okay.
And once you get close enough, you'll hear his telltale song.
I have no kuchi.
There's also a very sad grub around here.
Chocolate, correct this.
Ran into another traveler. I tried to call out to her as she dashed past, but she barely even glanced in my direction. Not an appreciator of maps like you and I, obviously. Oh, we can't help that grub quite yet. Not gonna work. So, we have to go down and under.
But down is death. So we need to find another way to do that.
There's our way down. Oops. Alright, yeah, get over here so I can take care of you.
No, but you don't get any money from them.
Nope. But it's fun to do.
This seems like the jaw of something.
There's
Just
a
like
lot
teeth.
of teeth, spikes, and somebody roars. The hunter. He gives us the hunter's journal, which is basically our bestiary. Once we kill enough enemies of a certain type, we'll unlock the hunter's notes on that enemy, which will give us some lore and some tips on how to kill it. But I mean, you've had to have already killed it enough times to
Right.
unlock it, so the tips aren't so useful. There you go, grub. Oh, whoops.
That was pretty fancy, whatever she did.
Yep. The fancy lady. In fact, that's called, that enemy I believe is called a fool's plant, or a fool's something or other. The hunter, once you've killed it enough, the hunter will say, yeah, if you get hit by that, you're an idiot.
I think I vaguely remember seeing those enemies from the marathon stream, the part that I was on.
Yep. Can't get to that item just yet. Yeah, this is a relatively large area, but we have someone whose footsteps we're following. So it's easier to orient yourself for a new time player by paying attention to where she's going. Over here. There, we get locked in with this guy. Could have done that better, but could have done that worse as well.
You didn't die.
Yep.
That's what counts. The enemy is like traversing a maze to get to you.
Yep. Yeah, Hollow Knight is a very pretty game. Just in general. What's going on here? It looks like he's in a pickle. I'll help him out. Hello.
Oh, Screamy Boy.
Yeah, the Vengefly King. He doesn't get a title pop-up, but he is a boss, as evidenced by him being in the boss rush mode.
Mm-hmm. Nicely done, except for the money going everywhere over there.
Yep.
Hey, Nat. Thanks for 74 months of subscription.
My gosh. Oh, whoops.
Oh, you can get hit during NPC
Yeah,
dialogue. That's, I don't know.
Yeah, this is Zote the Mighty. He doesn't much like that we stole his kill. Doesn't seem to think that we saved him. He thought he had it perfectly under control. He's an interesting character. We'll see him a few times more. Fun fact, you can't actually leave him to die. If you come see him getting eaten by the Vengefly King and you just decide to mind your own business and head on out, if you defeat another boss and then come back, you'll see his dead body. And you get an achievement for leaving him to die.
Of course you do.
Yeah. Oh, this is the fuck room. The room where you get fucked. As I am plainly...
I was going to say, it's currently
Yep.
happening.
There we go. Those two are bastards. So, when you die, you lose all your geo. Your soul vessel gets cracked, so you can only hold 2/3 of the maximum soul. And you leave behind a ghost where you die that you have to go and defeat in order to gain your soul and your geo back. And of course, if you die along the way, you lose all that geo forever.
Okay.
So again, much like Dark Souls.
Now, do you have to go through the bosses again, or just get back there?
Just get back there. That's
Okay.
it. And there was only one boss. It was Vengefly King, who Would have been optional either way.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, lore tablet. The mind of Un reveals itself to us. Lifeblood. Don't run from me. Your juice. I don't have to fight you.
Knowing when you can avoid enemies is like half of how these games work.
Yeah. When you first start playing a metroidvania, sometimes you'll be like, oh, I should fight everyone. And then partway through, you'll realize that's wasting a lot of time for very little gain.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I always did when I would replay like the Metroid Prime games. I would fight every enemy as I came to them because it made sense. Especially if they were going to get in my way of me getting through that room. And now it's like, yeah, I don't have to worry about that too bad.
Yep. Now we can get our revenge, or we can just... I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah.
They can have that little area. Hey, Stag Station. Let's unlock the stag.
Wow, they sure don't let you keep a lot of money in this game.
Yep. We can actually walk over here and hear him talk about the area once we get him here. Let's go get that stagway pin.
So where are we going to get that last piece of mask?
That'll be after the next boss, when we decide to go down to the next area.
Oh, okay.
And Zote's up here. Hi, Zote. He doesn't even remember us. And he believes and he claims that he slew the Vengefly King. To the person who actually did it, which speaks to his memory.
Yep. And ego.
Bapanada.
Stagway pin.
I don't know why the shop NPC dialogue is so loud compared to everything else.
Yeah. Alright, it's about time for our next boss fight.
We need to find the map guy first, right?
We already got him in the Greenpath.
Oh, did we? Oh,
Yep.
I missed that then. I think I vaguely recall it. Not gonna lie, the atmospheric nature of this is kind of chilling me out, so I'm going in and out of paying attention somewhat.
Hey, there she is. So she knows a lot more about what's going on than we do, and she won't elaborate.
Yeah, of course not.
If you look in the background, you can see the corpse of something that looks quite a bit like us.
That thing that's there on the ground.
Yep, right over here. Alright, 2 heals is a bit greedy there. Now, most bosses have what's called a stagger count, where if you hit them enough times within a period of a few seconds, they'll enter a stagger state where you can cast a spell at them or heal or ready up a special attack that you can get from a different NPC. Like that. That's a stagger. Gives us time to heal. Go.
All right.
We'll be seeing her again, and that corpse falls over to give us the Mothwing cloak. It's our dash.
Ah, okay.
I'm very happy for it because I feel kind of naked without it. Oh, what the? Would it seek to break the seals? It cannot be undone. It must be undone.
Oh, all right.
Yep. Just a little bit of mystery for you. Get your noggin jogging as to what those could possibly be. If you paid attention, the masks they had on looked pretty much identical to what the symbols that was on the giant stone doorway from the cutscene opening and that we visited where Quirrell was. There's a little sub area, the Lake of Un. That guy's not friendly, just FYI. If we go in here, there's a bench and Quirrell again.
Oh, all right.
Nah, me no biz.
Good idea, Quirrell. I will simply leave the man alone. Leave him to his lake.
It's not the first time we've heard the name Un in this game either.
Yeah, Un is basically the old god of Greenpath. Whose worship had dwindled after, well, whatever took down the kingdom, happened. Now that we have the dash, we can get to our next area.
And general movement is just much faster as well.
Yep. I don't know if... I think it makes you faster. I think doing this is faster than running. It might
Definitely seems like it.
Yeah, it seems like it to me. It might be placebo effect, but I don't know. Like, I don't know, does rolling make you faster in Zelda?
In some Zeldas, yes.
Yeah.
It's definitely faster in like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. I think for Skyward Sword, rolling is like 1 frame faster than sprinting.
Oh.
Or something like that. Of course, most Zelda games you don't have an actual sprint button either.
A lot of thorns in this area, so you gotta be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dashed right into him. Killed him.
Lost the money, though.
Yep.
Nat says, I always wonder what the NPCs think when they see Link rolling everywhere.
I mean, he also breaks all the pots. He's an interesting kid.
I wonder what they think when he walks backward everywhere in Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, because that's even faster than rolling. Why is that child armed is probably a good question that they would ask, yes. Who gave this child a sword?
And here's our little this is the Fog Canyon. This is pretty much just a transitionary area for most of the game until we come back here with some abilities that make accessing the rest of it a lot easier. These big jellyfish will send an explosion at you when you kill them, so it's best to just leave them be.
Oh, okay.
One of the more unique areas in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Now over this way is the bank. In case we ever feel like we're losing our Geo, we can deposit the bank with this lady for safe. We can deposit Geo in the bank with this lady for safekeeping, and come back to withdraw it whenever we want. But that's
Okay.
cumbersome, and also there's a nasty little trick in it that I don't want to bother with. She's kind of a terrible person.
Oh,
Is
all right.
Maribel.
So the idea behind it is similar to in the Pokemon games, how you can have the mom keep some of your winnings from your battles, and then you go back and pick it up.
Yeah.
That way, you know, if you're losing a battle, you don't give up half of all of your money or whatever.
Yeah, we have a whole stag station here. This is the Queen Station.
Nah, me no
You
bis.
can almost hear the old stag bells ringing. And here's this lady. She is of zero consequence to anything, but I like her. Chewing on some nice old fungus up there. That's it. That's all that she has.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Yep. Hello, stag. Yeah, he wants us to open as many stations as we can.
Which we were going to do regardless, but it's
Yeah.
nice to have someone to do it for.
And over there is the last mask shard, but we can't get it yet. Need another upgrade.
Ah, okay.
Welcome to the Fungal Wastes. And there are the papers already, so we know where Cornifer's at. I don't think I have enough Geo to pay him, though.
Nope. Like I said, they don't let you keep money in this game.
Yep. Yeah, I know we can talk to the Sagwa guy if you go down to his level. We showed that off in Greenpath. He'll have something to say about pretty much every location. Ouch. Those explosions will deal 2 masks of damage, so steer clear of them.
Oh, wow. Alright.
These guys make a funny noise. Wow. They don't give me Geo, but they do give me Soul.
Mm-hmm.
Always appreciated. Ouch.
It does sound like Waluigi.
Big guy. Head bang, head bang. There we go. Ouch. And we got an additional charm notch. We can allocate more charms to ourselves. Which we haven't
Okay.
actually given ourselves any charms yet because we haven't come into any I particularly like.
Oh, okay. Well, we should probably try to find something.
There's one up here. I don't know if I can afford it. Either way, it's worth it to be here because there's a bench. Eat leg eater. He can smell us.
I don't like that.
And he really likes Geo. Hey, to see something nice? Yes. Yeah, we pay him 86 Geo so that he can sell us stuff for more Geo.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember this guy.
These are the fragile charms. They are very good. This fragile heart will give you, I believe, 2 additional masks. Fragile greed will increase the amount of Geo that enemies drop. And fragile strength just makes your nailed swing stronger. Strength in particular is extremely good. But the catch is, if you ever die while having them equipped, they'll break and you have to come back to Leg Eater and pay him to repair them.
That's right, I remember you saying that during the marathon stream.
Yeah. Now that caveat is completely offset if you're playing on Steel Soul mode, which is the mode where if you die, your save file deletes. Because if you die, everything's lost anyway, so why not equip the fragile charms?
Right. I mean, aside from the cost to buy.
Yeah. Because as far as effects go, there's not much in the game that just stacks up to raw damage increase. Sometimes the simplest effects are the most powerful. And hey, guess where we are right now? We're in the Forgotten Crossroads.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we looped back up over here. We couldn't have gone here from the Forgotten Crossroads because this jump is a bit too high. We would have needed a dash, but yeah. Not much use to us right now, though. But it's always fun to know that these maps all interconnect like that. I would say this is probably my favorite Metroidvania map in general. Everything just intertwines and connects really in a really cool way. And these signs here point us towards the city. This is the Pilgrim's Way that we're traveling.
Oh, okay. If you get hit by 2 of those things at once, do you take 4 damage, or does it have invincibility frames?
Nah, you'll have iframes
Okay.
after the first hit. Ah, a grave. Remember the Elder. We can come back here for some fun later.
The way you say fun makes me think boss.
Yep. What the? What could this be? A friend. This cloth. She's a fellow adventurer, just exploring Hollow Nest, much like most of the NPCs we've met.
Okay.
She's got a storyline that we will follow through because we're doing a true ending. Yeah, she warns us of some dangerous folks ahead. Hi, Hornet.
Hmm.
Well, we don't have what she has, so we can't exactly follow her right now.
Mm-hmm.
Here ends the Pilgrim's Way. Hallownest's heart lays open before you. Lead onward to share its glory. Later. Now, if you're astute, you may have noticed that previous enemies that we were fighting, whenever we'd hit them, orange gloop would come out of them.
Mm-hmm.
Notice how it's not so over here.
Hmm.
That's an important lore thing.
I will be sure to forget it.
Basically, the orange gloop is sign of infection. There's some mysterious plague that's gone throughout Hollownest and brought the kingdom to its ruin. It seems to reanimate people. It makes them insane and makes them lash out at things. It's destroyed everything, but these folks do not have it. They are not infected, which means that they are attacking us of their own volition.
Hmm.
They are the Mantis tribe.
Well, you gotta eat.
Well, oh, whoop! I did not want to inspect that without killing you first. Wanderers seeking death, welcome. May you find swift end upon our claws. They're a tribe with a heavy battle-focused tradition. Oh, I'm on one mask.
Yeah, you might want to heal up.
And bench.
Didn't even see the second one.
we are in the Mantis Village.
Considering how the Mantises have treated us so far, I don't think we're going to be welcome here.
Nope. Now there's an important item over here that we need to get.
Alright.
It is the Mantis Claw. This lets us wall jump.
Ah, okay. Standard metroidvania.
Yeah, we can actually gain height doing it.
This unlocks so many areas in the game now.
Yep. It's really, really important. I believe this is one of the items you need to get, even if you're like super speed running. Like low percent, I believe, needs Mantis Claw.
Oh, okay.
Which, for those who don't know, low percent is a speed run where you try to get the lowest possible completion percentage in the game. Which actually makes the run a lot longer.
Yeah, usually, because you've got to find a way to circumvent places that need certain items.
A Wanderer's Journal. That's a type of item that is basically exists to be sold to a certain NPC.
Oh, okay. On the other hand of that low percent coin, you have max percent without getting specific items is sometimes a speedrun. I see that a lot for Metroid games. Like one of the biggest ones that I've seen done for Metroid Prime 2 was max percent no bombs, which is surprisingly possible and very difficult. A lot of out-of-bounds movement for that one.
Oops. We got a little platforming challenge here. To hit this lever, which will unlock the rest of the village and the boss of the area.
Ah, okay.
But that boss is actually quite hard without any nail upgrades, so we'll save that for later.
Oh, okay then. Fair enough.
In fact, if you go down there and come back up, there's an NPC, I think Quirrell is over here, and he pretty much tells you, yeah, come back here with a stronger weapon.
I don't think we've discovered the way to get the damage upgrades just yet, aside from that one fragile thing.
Yeah, that'll be in the next area we visit.
The wall jump just kind of changes the whole game in terms of traversal by the looks of it.
Yep, it sure does. In fact, actually, there's something we can go do with this before we move on. There's a lost girl over there
Hmm.
crying. We need to go help her.
Seems like we're gonna have a bit of a long trip.
Yep. This is actually that was actually a charm added in one of the DLCs. This statue I don't think used to be there in the base game.
Okay.
Dash Master. It just increases your movement speed. I won't use it because I just think it's harder to. I'm not used to the faster movement speed.
Right. Yeah. Ooh, this feels very Celeste now.
Oh, he killed himself with his own bomb.
God, I can't even really see where the spikes are.
Yep. You gotta be paying attention. And it's as easy as that.
Pinsolia Neku. Oh,
Yeah, she's going back to Dirt Bounce.
Pinsolia Neku.
Somehow.
Yep. Now that we've opened the way for her and we've cleared her mind of infection, she'll find her way back.
Hmm.
And if we go back to Dirtmouth, next time we go back to Dirtmouth, her house will be opened. And we can get another mask shard from it. But we're going to go right now to get the mask shard and the map by backtracking back to the Queen Station.
Ah, okay.
Ouch.
He just barely tagged you with that one.
Yep. Ouch.
Oh, alright.
Bounced off the side of it. Cloth has moved on.
I'll be right back.
Alrighty. There, just making our way back to Cornifer. We'll get the map and then we'll go back to Queen Station and get health upgrade. And then we'll be good to move on to the city. Oh no, I missed Cornifer. Whoops. I thought he'd stick around. Oh well. I guess a Mantis Claw is the trigger that makes him leave. Oh, we're going back to Dirtmouth anyway. Ouch. And health. Now we have 6 masks to play around with. And while we're at it, we'll go get the shard and Dirtmouth. We missed Cornifer. Turns out getting the Mantis Claw is a trigger for him to move on.
I am back.
Welcome back.
I see we picked up our shard, and like you said, we missed Cornifer in the wastes.
Bapanada.
We'll just have to buy it over here for 100 geo. Highway robbery. And this house is open because we saved Bretta. And oh, another new character. Tiso. He's in search of an arena. We're built for combatants. Test their skills. Yeah, this is Bretta's house. He's sleeping. And she's written fan fiction about us. She even has a plushie of us. How nice.
Nato. Madaula Misu.
Alright, and back to the Fungal Wastes we go.
So what are you thinking about for a stopping point for today?
I'm thinking probably pretty soon. I'm going to say it's once we get into the city.
Alright, that sounds good. How far did we get before you stopped on the marathon stream?
We got as far as the Mantis Claw.
Oh, okay, so we made it past that then.
Yep. Oops.
Oh, almost.
Almost. There we go.
That's another thing to sell, I believe.
Yep. Go up. Hey there, big guy.
Have fun, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, that's the grave.
Oh, wrong way then.
Yep, always get turned around in this specific spot. My instincts are always to go right, but sometimes you gotta go left.
Even with games that you know really well and have played a bunch, that you still get turned around. I still get turned around in Metroid Prime 2 a lot. So
Yep.
happens a lot more in the first Metroid Prime, but I feel like those areas are a lot more interconnected compared to Prime 2.
Yeah.
So that's why.
And off we go through the last of Pilgrim's Way. Ouch. Ouch.
You barely tapped the spikes there.
Yep. Thankfully, we got a soul battery over here. Oops.
Well, that was just unfair.
Yep. And that's halfway through checkpoint. Unlocks the bridge. In case we fuck up so hard that we die.
Yeah.
But we really didn't need it because that last part's really easy.
Yeah, that's almost kind of like they put the checkpoint bridge a little bit too late.
Yep, and then to actually get into the city, you need to have the city's crest. So at this point, if you skipped fighting False Knight, you'd have to go back and fight him now. And the door immediately closes behind us.
And the first thing we see is a group of corpses, which is
Yep.
great for the vibe.
Oh, the ground trembles beneath us. But we can't do anything about that yet. A city sentry.
Yeah, we had the password to get in here.
Yeah. Oh. Suicide bats.
He's not a really good guard.
Nope. Hey, Quirrell.
狗啊，你都来了没？
We're a pleasant conversation partner for him. Here we are in the City of Tears.
Oh, okay.
City so named for its constant downpour.
Well then.
Let's go find a bench and then we can head off for the day.
Mm-hmm. Now, is there a map to find for the city?
There sure is.
All right. Hey Shane, thank you for the raid. Unfortunately, we will be ending here momentarily, but we appreciate it all the same.
Yep. Just have to hit this cutscene first. And here's Hornet.
Gala negosa dros. Hakana sagamos.
If knowing that truth, you'd still attempt to roll in Hollowness Perpetuation, seek the grave in ash and the mark it would grant to one like you. That's a hint to go to a kind of hidden area
Okay.
where we will next see her. But yeah. Memorial to the Hollow Knight. And the black vault far above, through its sacrifice, Hollowness lasts eternal.
Okie dokie.
The Black Egg Temple is added to the map. The Black Egg Temple is the name of the place where we met Quirrell, and it's the place that was in the opening cutscene.
Hmm.
Yeah, let's just go back to a bench.
Preferably without dying along the way.
Yep. Quirrell's still here. Let's see what else he has to say.
Me no biz.
The rain pours down from cracks in the stone above. Must be a lot of water up there. I'd like to see where all that water comes from. So we'll rest here, and I guess we'll call it there. We've reached the
Yeah.
City of Tears.
Maybe we'll eventually find out where the water comes from. But that will be for the future. Thank you all for tuning in to part 1 of Hollow Knight. Again, this is going to be a true ending run, so we'll be doing everything that's necessary for that. Neo knows what's up with the game and all of that, so we appreciate it. Tune in next week for the start of a new stream playthrough. I'm going to be playing Muramasa the Demon Blade, so be sure to check that out. And we will see you guys next time.
Yep, see you then.